eating more plant-based meals can save up to 1/2 tonne of CO2 per year, and it can be light, easy, very delicious, enjoyable and quick to make. So I'm going to show you an easy, quick recipe today, and that's pasta with a lovely tomato sauce, and we put beans in the sauce, butter beans or red kidney beans, to get the protein that we need, with a bit of grated cheese on top. And this can take only 20 minutes to cook if you get quick at chopping. Mainly what you need is an onion to fry, and maybe some garlic and a little bit of ginger to make it more tasty. But if you don't like onions, don't worry. If you don't like those things, don't worry. I've got a pepper to throw in as well. You can put in some other vegetables like courgettes or even chopped celery. And then a tin of tomatoes and a tin of butter beans. Of course, eating a dried beans, reconstituted dried beans, is better than tinned beans. But if you're in a hurry, occasionally having a tin of beans is not going to blow your carbon footprint sky high. And that's a bit of broccoli, because I'm going to do some greens to go on the side. And then I'm chopping it in half that way, and then long little slices. And some vegetable oil, olive oil or sunflower oil, any kind of vegetable oil. Get the oil nice and hot. You want to get the onions frying nicely for a few minutes, about at least 5 minutes, so they start going a little bit brown, and then you get most of the flavour of the onion. I like a bit of chopped garlic and ginger, and I've chopped a few peppers to go in too. You can put in courgettes or celery, but that's just a bit of addition. And if you don't like any of these ingredients, you can just tin tomato and beans with lots of salt and pepper, and it will be very tasty. Right. So I'm just cutting the broccoli into little florets, and I like using the stalks, so just chop those bits off and make it into little bite-sized chunks. And then make these into bite-sized florets, that kind of thing. I'm using organic butter beans, which are pretty tasty. You can use red kidney beans, and to pour off the brine, sit them through a colander. Tiny bit of water, just kind of 5 millimeters deep in underneath the veg. Get that fairly hot. Cook for about 7 minutes. Now the trick to make your taste buds happy is a tiny bit of lemon taste, a tiny bit of salt taste, maybe a bit of peppery taste, and some people even think a tiny bit of sugary taste. The French would put 1 sugar cube in a tomato sauce to take the acid off. I'm going to put a tiny drop of lemon in. Italian food likes quite a bit of salt, but since we're not using any ingredients that have salt in them, like with the beans and tomato that we're using is completely salt free, it's not actually a problem to put in a bit of extra salt in the sauce. And Italian food does like quite a bit of salt because it's quite strong flavours. Indian food likes even more salt to make the flavours come out. And in those countries you sweat a lot, of course, so you lose salt as well. That's nice. Looking good now, won't take a lot. I quite like organic spelt penne. Spelt's quite low gluten, it's an ancient wheat, not so hybridised, quite good for you, very tasty. Then in the pasta, water ready. Put in a drop of oil and pinch of salt. They say that pasta water should be as salty as the sea. One of these packs, 500 grams of pasta, is good for 4 very large portions. So I'm going to put about 3/4 in. And give it a good stir to start with, because pasta sticks when it first goes in if you don't give it a stir. Now the trick with this brown pasta is to stop it getting overcooked. It's tough for 7-8 minutes, then suddenly 8.5 minutes it goes really soft and it's too soft. So the trick is to watch it like a hawk. When it gets to about 7 minutes, keep tasting a piece every 30 seconds. If you can get it while it's still got a tiny bit of chewiness, of course the Italians call it al dente, to the teeth, means your teeth can feel it. This chart by Liz Cook Charts shows us that green leafy vegetables has got virtually every vitamin and mineral that you need. Vitamin A, green leafy vegetables. B, green leafy vegetables. C, green leafy vegetables. K, calcium, zinc, iodine, magnesium, other trace elements. Green leafy vegetables are in virtually everything, so I like to put greens on with every meal if possible. Perfect, got to catch it right now. And I'll just put all this. Voila.